my book and wax friends. I'm Amber. Welcome to my channel and to a most anticipated new releases video. So this is for April's books, which is another month that can't believe we're going to be in. It feels like all the months have been flying by so far this year. It's crazy to think that we're going to be in April in just 2 weeks from when I'm recording this. So I wanted to share with you the books that are coming out in the month of April that I am most excited for, that are most, seem like they'll be the most interesting books for me. Of course, this is not everything that will be released in April, but these are the ones that caught my eye for sure. So let us get to it. And they are in no particular order, really. So the first one I have to share is by Abby Jimenez, and it's called Say You'll Remember Me. I still haven't finished a book by her, but I'm hopeful for this one. So let's read the synopsis. When Samantha meets Xavier, a gorgeous veterinarian with the body of a Greek god, she's smitten until he opens his mouth. But the disastrous first impression aside, Samantha and Xavier end up on the perfect first date that seems to last forever. Except afterward, Samantha begs Xavier to forget about her because of her family situation, which makes dating impossible even if he is the perfect guy. So, yeah, that sounds good. We'll see what it's about. It comes out April 1st. Okay, the next one is by Emily Henry, and it's funny because it seems like a lot of their books, Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez, seem to come out around the same time. So she has a book coming out in April too. So hers comes out April 22nd, and it's called Great Big Beautiful Life. And the synopsis is, in her 80s, Margaret Ives finally agrees to let an author write her biography about her life as an heiress to one of the most storied and scandalous families in the 20th century. Margaret agrees to fly 2 authors out for a 1-month trial to see which will be her biographer. Eternal optimist Alice knows that this will be her big break. She just has to beat out the grumpy award-winning author Hayden. But Margaret is telling different things to each one of them, and with an ironclad NDA, they can't collaborate, no matter how much chemistry they feel between them. So I do enjoy a lot of Emily Henry's books, especially the ones that are bookish. I don't even remember the name of any of the books now. Beach Read, that was my favorite by her. I did really enjoy that one a lot. And then the other one that was more bookish about the editors, I don't remember. I'll put it down below. Book something. I'll put it down here for you if I haven't already. Okay, so that one sounds good. So we'll see how that one goes. The next one is actually, I think, probably my most anticipated new release that comes out in April, and it is The Geographer's Map to Romance by India Holton, and it comes out April 8th. I read the Ornithologist's Guide, or the Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love last year. It was one of my favorites in 2024. It cracked me up. I loved it. And this is the second book in this series. Love Academia, I think is the name of the series. So this is the second book, and it looks like it's about the cousin of one of the main characters in the first book. So this says Professors Elodie Tarrant and Gabriel Tarrant, who were married for convenience a year ago, are both experts in magic disasters. Too bad their marriage is a disaster too. But when they work together to stop a a catastrophic event, they might discover love. So yeah, it says it's the second book in Holton's Love's academic series. So I am a sucker for the marriage of convenience trope. And so this one I'm very excited about. I've been waiting for it to show up to request a hold in my library, which it hasn't happened yet. And so I may end up actually just going ahead and purchasing this one because I love the first one so much. I haven't bought the first one, but I'm still thinking about buying the second one. And if I love that one, then I will go ahead and buy the first one as well. Okay, the next one is called The Wind Weaver. This is by Julie Johnson and comes out April 14th. And it says a slow burn romance set in the war-torn world of Anwyvin, I think, Anwyvn. So yeah, Anwyvn. Raya Fleetwood is saved from execution by Commander Scythe and begins fighting in the far-off Northlands, where she learns she's a remnant, one of 4 fated to return magic to the land. So fantasy for sure, fantasy romantasy, it looks like. So sounds like it could be good. Okay, the next one is called House of Blight by Maxim M. Martineau, and it comes out April 8th. And this says the author of Beast Charmer series starts a new run with Threadmender Chronicles, a slow burn enemies to lovers story featuring Threadmender Adira, who must give up a tiny bit of her own life every time she practices magic, and Orin, the leader of the powerful Fern Glove family, who is hiding a dangerous secret. So I've heard it's kind of a gothic, it has kind of gothic vibes along the same lines as Belladonna, the Belladonna series, which I did enjoy that series. So, all right, next up is The Notorious Virtues. This is by Alwyn Hamilton and comes out April 1st. And this says, at 16, Nora Holtzfall is the daughter of the most powerful heiress in all of Wallstead. Her family controls all the money and all the magic in the entire country. But despite being the center of attention, Nora has always felt like an outsider. When her mother is found dead in an alley, the family throne and fortune are suddenly up for grabs, and Nora will be pitted against her cousins in the Veritas. Some of these fantasy names, it takes a second to try and figure them out. The ultimate magical competition for power that determines the one family heir. There's a surprise contestant this time. Lottie, the illegitimate daughter of Nora's aunt. When Lottie's absent mother retrieves her from the rural convent she's abandoned her to, Lottie goes from being an orphan to surrounded by family. Unfortunately, most of them want her dead. And soon, Nora discovers that her mother's death wasn't random. It was murder. And the only person she can trust to uncover the truth of what happened is a rakish young reporter who despises everything Nora and her family stand for. So it sounds like it'll be good. Little mystery, little romance in the fantasy, little competition. I do enjoy a competition aspect in romance books. So that one's romance fantasy type books. So that one seems like it could be good for sure. Okay, next up is If Tomorrow Never Comes. This is by Allison Ashley. It comes out April 1st. And I think this is romance or women's lit, maybe. Uncertain of what tomorrow brings, Elliot Holland decides to live it up on the eve of a stem cell transplant to treat her leukemia, its destiny, when she crosses paths with handsome and charming Jamie Sullivan. The chemistry is magic. So is a beautiful evening that ends with a bittersweet kiss goodbye and no expectations of ever seeing each other again. 1 year later, Elliot's future looks good. Her cancer is in remission, her career in graphic design is taking off, and she's finally met Carly, the young woman whose stem cell donation gave Elliot a second chance at life. Then, in a twist of fate, both blissful and unfair, she meets Carly's boyfriend. It's Jamie, the man Elliot kissed like it was her last day on Earth. Neither of them has ever forgotten it. So, yeah, romance. It'll be interesting to see what that is. The next one is called The Library of Lost Dollhouses by Elise Hooper. Comes out April 1st. And this says, when a young librarian discovers historical dollhouses in a hidden room, she embarks on an unexpected journey that reveals surprising secrets about the lost miniatures. And then it says, warm, bright, and captivating, the story of secrets and love that embraces the importance of illuminating overlooked women. So that seems like it'll be literary fiction, possibly. It could be a little bit of magical realism in it. So it looks like it could be good for sure. Okay, the next one is a fantasy. It might be YA fantasy. I don't know. YA fantasy or regular fantasy. I love both. The Floating World by Axie O. This comes out April 29th. And it says, Final Fantasy meets Shadow and Bone in this light-hearted romantic fantasy. There we go. Reimagining the Korean legend of celestial maidens. So this says, Sun Ho lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness, and an ex-soldier. He can remember little of his life from before 2 years ago when he woke up alone with only his name and his sword. Now he does odd jobs to scrape by until he comes across the score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for any mercenary who can hunt down a girl who wields silver light. Meanwhile, far to the east, Ren is a cheerful and spirited acrobat, traveling with her adoptive family and performing at villages. But everything changes during one of their festival performances when the village is attacked by a horrific human-like demon. In a moment of fear and rage, Ren releases a blast of silver light, a power she has kept hidden since childhood, and kills the monster. But her efforts are not in time to prevent her adoptive family from suffering a devastating loss or to save her beloved uncle from being grievously wounded. So there you go. So I can see why it says this compared to Shadow and Bone, since we have kind of something similar in that, the whole light magic type of thing. So, okay. After that, we have, let's see, the next one, final one, is Firebird, and this is by Juliet Cross and comes out April 8th. And it is compared to House of the Dragon meets my tongue wants to get all twisted up, From Blood and Ash, in this epic, scorching, dark romantasy. It says, a conqueror captivated, a witch prophesied to save them all, a world where dragons rule Rome. So it is a Roman type of fantasy. That's cool. From the moment Roman general and nephew to the emperor Julianus Dicaea laid eyes on Melina, he was enthralled by the Dacian dancer. Years later, the fierce beauty stands before him on a scarred battlefield, her life in danger. He instinctively shifts into his fierce dragon form to save her, an action that may mean his head on the imperial gate. But he and his dragon know one thing: she belongs to them. Melina can't believe that the centurion who had once bestowed a secret talisman on her is the Roman general of legendary brutality. His prowess as a warrior cannot be denied, yet they don't reveal the secret he hides. All Melina knows is his protection and gentle touch, and she cannot deny how her soul has always seemed to answer his. As they navigate a world where flying death riders conquer and burn, Their love will ignite a firestorm that can only end in heartbreak or death, or both. So, sounds like it could be good for sure. So, it looks like it'll be a really good month for new releases. And yeah, those are the ones that I think sound the most interesting for me. Let me know in the comments if any of these look good to you, or if there's any that I missed that you are looking forward to as well. I love to chat with you. I appreciate all of you guys and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.